Hello everyone, I'm Yusuf from Techno Study. Today we're going to be learning about if and else statements, so let's jump right into it. So we have comparison operators and logical operators that we're going to be using in if and else statements. So first before we go into if and else statement, I want to show you comparison operators in system.println to just give you the main concept of comparison operators. So these are basically operators that you use when you compare two things. So let's say system.println, let's say 5 equals 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 operators. This, you use two equal signs when you want to compare two things if they're equal. You use exclamation mark and an equal sign when you want to, if I say that right here, which this means if 5 and 5 is not equal. So this is the opposite of this. If you want to check if they're not same. And we have bigger than, smaller than, greater or equal to, less than or equal to. So if we say 5 equals 5, this means it's going to see condition 5 is always true because it doesn't change. So it's going to give us a result of Boolean. What were Booleans? It's either true or false. It's going to be working same for if and else statement. If it's going to be true, it's going to get in the if else statement. If not, it's not going to get in. So let's run this and see what's going to give us. It said true. So let's say 5 and 5 if they are not equal. So are they equal? No. So it's going to give us false. Or let's say if 4 is bigger than 5, it's going to give us true. Is it? No. So it's going to give us false. And if 6 is greater than 5, it's going to give us true. This is basically it. And we have logical operators, which we're going to see when you get into if-else statement, which we will do it now. So if is just like in English. So it's you say if and you give it a condition. And then you say if that condition is right, if that condition is true, then you get in right here, this space right here, the between these curly parentheses. And you say if that's not, if this is not correct, whatever the condition is, if this is not correct, if this is not true, go here. If this is true, just finish the if and else statement. So think of this as like a block. It's either going to be working here or here. You can't do both of these. It's either if or else. So let's put it, give it a, I'll give it a homework equals true. I will use one equal sign because this is an assignment operator, which we saw in the last video. If I want to compare, then we use 2. So let's say homework. So what does this mean? So is homework true? Yes, it is true. That means that this is going to work. Let's say this is true and this is false. So we're going to say this is true because homework is true. If we now, let's get into logical operators. Let me put this right here. So let's start with this. So Boolean homework, let me get this right here. And I forgot the semicolon here. If we put right here not, which is exclamation mark, this means that homework is not. So if this is false, then it's going to work. Is it false? No, it's not. It's true. So it will. This is not going to work. It's going to get into else statement. And we have and. So let's make this actually a real story. Let's say Jack can play video games. And Jack has to do his homework. All right? So if homework is true, can play his video games. But also, Jack has to be older than 18 to play video games. Let's just say it for instance. So if you want to say this has to work and another statement, we will say and end, which this means and. So and means both of those have to work. So we're going to come here. Age is older or equal to 18. So is the homework true? Yes. Is age older than or equal to 18? Yes. So this is going to give us Jack can play video games. What if Jack was 17? Would this work? No. Then Jack has to do his homework. Or we have or. So or means either this or this have to be true. They don't have to be both true. So this is going to work? Yes, because homework is true and this is not, but it doesn't matter. If this is true, then it's going to work and Jack can play video games. So we also have else if statement. So what is else if statement? So let's not use Boolean for this. Let's use age. So let's say age. If age is bigger than 18, Jack can play video games. Let's say else if system.println Jack can hang out, and let's say here if age is bigger than greater than 15 and age has to be less than, let me put equals right here, and age has to be less than 18, and let me put this equals. Let me put if here. So what this says is age has to be 15 or greater than 15, or and age has to also has to be less than 18. So if these, so Java is going to read the code line by line. It's going to come here. It's going to see the class name. It's going to see the method's name, and then it's going to see comments, which is not going to read. He's going to say homework is true, okay, and then age is 17. So if age is greater than or equal to 18, is it true? No, it's not. So it's going to come here else if. Is age 15 or greater than or equal to 18, and is age less than 18? Yes. So it's going to say Jack can hang out. If we say 14 here, is this statement work? No. Does this statement work? No. So it's going to see do this. Else does not cannot have a condition. Else means if these don't work, then else have to be working. So it's going to say Jack has to do his homework. And that's pretty much it for the if else statement. We'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.